doing another game night. So we're playing more Call of Cthulhu, a fun little one-shot with a few new guests and recurring faces. We begin in the Arkham Detective Society's office, and there's a young man here wanting to hire their services. Now, around the room, we have several individuals. Let's begin with our returning individuals. There's a doctor in the group.
That's me, hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah, I am Dr. Stanley Lars. Most people just call me Lars, though. I'm 45 years old and very happily married to a strong man who works in the library.
This might be the 1920s, but we're not playing 1920s realistic. We also have returning author.
Hi, I'm Cactus. I play a character named Tina Lursa. She is a writer and a badass.
Now, I have a very set rule for set authors. Would you like to introduce the 3 titles of your books that you've recently written and published?
David, I would love to do that. For those of you that were fans of Golfing with Giants, Tina Larson has introduced 3 new tantalizing tales published independently. First book that she has written in this time is Bike Cuckers Anonymous, the tale of how one man losing his bike shaped his career. Following that, we also have Lunar Madness, a story about this very group, not necessarily these exact people, but this group, their last encounter in the Detective Society on a train where some dude went fucking batshit crazy and blamed it on a werewolf, titled Lunar Madness.
For reference, that individual is now in prison. Forever.
Last but not least, 3rd book, A Modest Garden, How to Cultivate Secrets and Prune Them into the Truth.
For those who don't know, basically the entire society, minus one person, and several other key witnesses all decided to blame a police officer who went a little bit doolally on a series of murders instead of the culprit, who was a 7-foot-tall werewolf.
Wait a second.
Don't worry about it, buddy. We have a private investigator in our midst.
Hi, I'm going to be playing Smiley Tetch. I don't really know what to say for intros, but I'm very new to the game, so I'm psyched to be here.
We have a photographer.
Well, journalist and photographer, but I'm really excited to help out with you guys today. And I mean, some of you guys may have seen some of my photos and articles in the Arkham Gazette, or maybe you know me from some of my alternative works. It's some people call it art, others call it indecent lunacy, but I'm just excited to be here.
Fantastic. We also have a lawyer.
And hello there, good people. It's your good lawyer friend, Jebediah Goodman. Our Goodman's firm, helping all good men, no matter what type they are.
Usually I will veto an accent, but I fucking love this, so... And finally, in the corner, we have the Thin White Duke.
Why, it is a pleasure to join this beautiful soiree I have just swarmed into. You'll find my good man Gus outside should we need to abscond.
I do like that this character is basically David Bowie, but you're doing David Bowie from Twin Peaks, and I'm here for it.
I'm in fact one of the finest members of Arkham's social scene, and you will indeed see me at many a party.
He casually offers you some opium. Okay, so before you stands Graham Sullivan. He is generally known as currently the president of the Sullivan Transport Corporation.
Tina, being probably the most famous of the detectives, will go forward and offer her hand in greeting, like, "Hi, Mr. Sullivan, I'm Tina. What can we do for you?"
Hello. Yes, he takes your hand, shaking it. He's still quite wet. It's gently snowing outside. This is very late November in Arkham, so snow's not unheard of. It's like, hello, yes. I need help with a private matter, if that's okay. He looks around the room, seeing quite a collection of characters.
Lars looks immediately interested.
I am a professional with private matters, sir.
Fantastic, I think. So this, he looks a bit nervous because he takes his hat off, and he's very well dressed. He's an industrialist. He has money. I am Graham Sullivan. I currently run the Sullivan Transport Company in my father's absence, but with that there has become some issues with my uncle and my cousin on who actually owns the corporation.
Okay.
Why, I believe I understand discretion rather well. After seeing you at that cotillion last year.
That's where I seen you from.
What is the issue?
He does recognize you. Tina is famous. The Duke is infamous. Well, as you might know, good sir, I was not born from his first wife, but his second. My mother passed when I was quite young, and he never officially adopted me after I was born out of wedlock. So my uncle and my cousin are arguing that I am not in the right place to inherit his holdings and the like. Now, from what I understand, there was a will that was updated so that I was to be his sole inheritor, but it was only ever seen to be signed. But the copy itself is missing, and I need help finding it.
Matters of the family do indeed leave me bereft at times. I believe we can help you in this matter.
Oh, thank God. My father, as you all may know, was Lucas Sullivan. Just generally, be a name that some of you might be familiar with, as a few years prior, he did just go missing. Kind of an infamous missing persons. Believed to be dead. Body was never found. No, people don't know if he just left, if it was suicide, or anything else untoward. Feel free to ask Graham any questions to help with the investigation.
Ooh, I do remember definitely in fact that was such a sad passing indeed. How are you holding up there, dear old sweet summer child, by the way, with all that going on?
I'm doing the best I can. The company's thankfully still running well. The merchant fleet we have is still working its way across Europe and the Africas and South America, but it's mainly my cousin and my uncle's lawyers are starting to cause issues, and there's chatter that they might be trying to cause some industrial action.
That does in fact not sound good. If it's a lawyer issue, however, then I go ahead and I, slightly slide my business card.
Good sir, I thank you so much. I do currently have a family attorney who, would you be familiar with Oscar Rosie?
Oscar Rosie. Name doesn't necessarily ring a bell, but I have seen some court documents where he was quite the lawyer himself.
He represents my father, he represents family. He also does represent my uncle, but he's the one who let me know about the will update.
Okay.
I have known him, in fact, to tidy up certain matters with a keen eye for discretion.
Just for pure curiosity's sake, do your cousin and uncle have wives?
Yes?
Yes, do they? Do they indeed?
Perfect. So I can just, in case whatever plan my colleagues come up with fails, I do have a backup plan.
Okay, so once again, we just need to find that copy of the will. It'll solve everything, and that's kind of what we need. There is the manor, just outside of Arkham. Now, my uncle and my cousin are currently living there, much to my chagrin. It could be there in his old office. There's also contacting the attorney directly. He may have more information than I do regarding this, or other investigation areas like our company, or maybe the Arkham Library. Calm down, Cat. As the will is the priority here, but any information you might have on the whereabouts or what happened to my father would also help me personally.
Perhaps understanding the circumstances of his demise further may help us, not just in finding this will, but also there is the possibility that it may be contested on other grounds.
He went missing 4 years ago, as some of you may know. It would be in the winter of 1928. The only real tie was that around about the same time, the company's old bookkeeper, Sidney Tully, also went missing. But we're not exactly sure if it happened at the same time because the missing persons report wasn't filed at the same time. That would be the only other piece of information I really have.
You said if this was the bookkeeper that also disappeared?
Yes, a Sidney Tully. I believe him and my father were friends.
My apologies. No.
Oh, go ahead, sir. I was only going to ask if we could, in fact, inquire as to the whereabouts of this Sidney.
He also went missing around...
He's missing.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, but do we know any more about his circumstances?
From what I understand, Mr. Rosie might have more information. It's 'cause he was heading up a lot of we had a few private investigators tracking individuals, but nothing came about. But I believe he would have more information regarding this. They knew each other. I was quite young. I was barely in my 20s when all this happened.
Does this smell like a lead, my fine cohort?
It does in fact smell like a lead.
All I care about is that I'm going to have two southern gentlemen solving crimes.
My, well, you are in luck.
Dubious occasion.
Cat, I will accept fan art. With that being said, is there anything else you want to speak to Grim about, or would you like to know about the areas that are open to investigation?
I'll ask one thing because I don't remember. You by wouldn't any chance remember the last actions they took on their days when they disappeared? Maybe last whereabouts by any chance?
I wasn't in Arkham at the time. I was studying abroad.
And had they any interests that might give us some idea of what they may have been considering doing or doing themselves?
It pains me to say this, but me and my father, we weren't that close at the time of his disappearance. I was studying away. We had issues. We disagreed a lot. We were fighting before I left.
I do not want to pry on such a delicate subject, but it may be relevant to the investigation. What might have been the nature of your disagreement?
The worst thing is I can barely remember. I was young. I was a hot-headed idiot. Fighting with your father is like the most natural thing back then.
The perils of youth.
Jebediah grabs his hat that he's wearing, puts it over his heart. Is like, oh, the quarrels between the son and his father, the father and his son, arguing over things that do not matter. I do apologize for your loss, and I do apologize for the strain in which the relationship has happened. Hopefully, this finding the deed and us solving this case will hopefully bring some closure to that family turmoil that you've been feeling.
Thank you, good sir. Genuinely think he appreciates the sentiment.
So you said that you were abroad at the time. Who was the last person that might have known where your father was?
That would either be Mr. Rosie. They were very close friends. The man is like a father to me after the loss. Or it would be my uncle, but my uncle and my father had a worse relationship than we did. They despise each other.
Well, perhaps that is of interest in and of itself.
I have suspected foul play in the past, but I have no evidence to merit it on.
He may not have been the hand that dealt such a fate, but he may have some understanding of it. If you despise someone, you pay as much attention to them as when you love them.
Do you happen to have the contact information for Mr. Rosie and that uncle?
Yeah, yes, he searches. He has a card very similar to the one the good lawyer whipped out, but for Mr. Rose's office. He hands that. He gives the address for both the Sullivan Manor and the Sullivan Transport Company.
Oh, well, I mean, it's always good to ask where do they suggest we start, I suppose.
Graham, with nothing else to be said, leaves and thanks you for your time. So back in the room. Discuss between yourselves what you'd like to do.
I propose for your consideration this solution. Some of us go to the lawyer and discuss these matters with him, while others do investigate the manor itself.
There are 6 of us, so we might as well just go both ways.
Well, if we suspect him of any foul play whatsoever, we wouldn't want him to be aware that we are investigating without tying him up while we investigate.
I assume you mean figuratively.
My kind of man.
Oh, I do believe the handbinding will come down to you, Mr. Lawyer Pants.
So you also okay. So for other options, you also have the Sullivan Transport Company, and also because it is an open resource in this game, you do have the Arkham Library if you want to go back and see any newspapers, listings, or historical documents regarding disappearances, etc.
I can meet my wife.
Okay, maybe we should go to the library.
So once again, there are 4 locations in several of you. How would you want to split this up?
Well, I
You'll
suggest
definitely be going to the library.
I'm down for the
Well, if
library.
that's the case, then I'm also going to the library.
So
I
Cat.
guess we'll have a point that's going to the library. I guess.
So that's Cat and Cactus going to the library. Where's everyone else
Okay,
going?
I'll probably head to the manor.
I feel my skills would also be very put to use at the manor.
So Swirl and Zyre going to the manor.
this makes perfect sense to me in the sense that I do believe a lawyer and myself are quite good at talking, keeping a man busy. If that is all we do, should we not find anything out from him?
You charge hourly.
So you guys are heading to the lawyer? I feel I have to double check where you guys are going.
Yes.
Since this is evenly split in 3 groups, I'm going to roll for this. 1 to 2, we go to the library. 3 to 4, we go to the manor. 5 to 6, we go to the lawyer's office. Once again, let's mix this up. Okay, we go to the lawyer's office. So the Duke's very lovely town car is being driven by his fitman, Gus, very smartly dressed man, and you drive through the snow-covered Arkham. One of the few times a year, the city is genuinely beautiful. It is still very early afternoon. It is bright. and the snow is falling gently. You arrive outside of the office. Gus waits in the car like a good footman, and you enter the office. Will you be telling the secretary who you are and why you're there?
I will be telling the secretary that it is a matter not to be disclosed to her. It is a matter to be discussed with our lawman.
Have you an appointment? Is this an emergency?
Oh, I am far too important for an appointment.
Now, I'm going to ask you to roll me a skill check. Adam, have you either fast talk or charm?
I have charm. I was going to go for charm.
Roll me.
I got a charm of 60.
Okay, roll charm. Yeah.
Well, just take the first one. Take the first one.
Yes, she blushes and she's, oh, I don't know, maybe. I'll tell him it's an emergency. And she blushes one line. And you're led into the office of one Oscar Rosie. This man sits before you. He looks up quite surprised, going, hello? Do I know you? Have you an appointment? He looks over to the secretary. Why are you blushing? Leave, woman. It's man's work. Once again, 1920s. She leaves.
He is uncouth, is he not?
Mary, come back in. She comes back in. Did you offer these men a drink? Would you like a coffee?
Why?
A gin? A brandy?
Oh, why, yes, I do believe I am a little parched.
Mary, fetch these men brandy. Also, what are you doing here?
So I believe we have a discussion to have. My good legal friend here may be able to update you on the circumstances of our arrival.
Oh, you sir are also a member of the law. He stands up and he actually shakes the hand of the other lawyer.
Hello there, good sir. Jebediah Goodman, leader of the firm Goodman Lawyers, at your service.
Oh, it's all good, man. The Better Call Saul thing plays in the background. What can I do for you fine gentlemen? Mary comes back with 3 brandies. It's obviously that Oscar's had several of these today, and she leaves you 3 men to drink. So what can I do for you, gentlemen?
Oh, it seems like we got a little issue on our hands revolving having to do with the deed and a certain...
Mr. Graham,
Oh, you see the revelation. You're here about the will. He said he was hiring some investigators. Yes, you too. Just you two?
Now.
Yes. I told him to send whoever he's hiring to come to me. He wasn't here at the time, but yes, it was a shit show. Yes, he disappeared, and the entire hubbub. You have to understand, he doesn't just own this company. He owns about 1/9 of the docks in Auckland Harbour. He has a fleet of merchant vessels. He has several homes, ranges across the country, and outside of the United States.
1/9 is a rather specific number, wouldn't you say, Mr. Goodman?
It was an estimate. Approximate.
It is approximate. You seem like you got all your chickens in a row. Better than an old woman hanging up her clothes on a hot summer spring day.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I've had several years to go over this. The will itself, which I believe is the present. Wait, I have to question, is the boy looking for his father, or is he looking for the will, or is he looking for both?
Oh my good sir, of course he'd be looking for all 3. All 3 are very much important to him. Whether one is coming on the other doesn't seem like as much of importance now, is it?
Honestly, fair with how his uncle and cousin are acting, I don't blame him. The will itself, there is a will in play, which was written when Lucas was very young. I say young, he was in his 30s for God's sake. But it was written before he had any children, and it was to go to his next of kin. About 2 weeks approximately, I think. It was several years ago. Before he disappeared, he updated his will to reflect his son, which I advised the man he should have adopted the boy years ago, but he always thought he had more time. You know how it is.
Oh, I do indeed.
Wrote the will out myself, but we did not get a copy of it. I signed it as one of the witnesses. Judge Hartkill was one of the other witnesses, and Lucas signed it. But the will itself left with him from my office that day.
You can at least authenticate the fact that this will exists, though.
I can say I wrote it, I can say I signed it, but there's no physical evidence. Is what his brother has been hounding us over for the last 4 years, because he actually has the copy of the old will, which means that he would be the benefactor.
Odd, that indeed.
One of the reasons I hired so many investigators at the time was because it was quite close to when the new will was written. It was a bit suspicious, I think.
Given his strange circumstances around simply disappearing, could you perchance explain a little more about the business at the docks? Seems travel might be on the cards.
That was exactly what all the investigators went for to begin with. They thought he had scarpered to a different part of the country with his old bookkeeper, which I don't see. They were old friends, but what's the nicest way to say it? I don't want to speak of the dead. If he's dead. Simon was a lout.
Be careful with your tongue now.
I'm trying to.
Not ill of those that pass.
I'm trying to.
Do you in fact know if he is on this mortal coil, or if he has in fact shuffled off?
If I had evidence that either of them were dead, I would have made the arrangements. I would have had my friend buried in his family lot. I'd had him buried beside his father and his other brother.
You may not have evidence as such, but you may have some inkling as to whether or not he has met his demise, or is in fact...
He had a habit of disappearing, but it was for weeks. A month at a time. Usually we'd get a telegram that he was somewhere else. Oh, I've gone off up north to do some stuff. I've gone across to California to bask in the sun. I'm off in France, for fuck's sake. He would give us something, but it didn't come.
Perhaps he will turn up tomorrow and regale us with tales of his Floridian adventures.
I would genuinely jump for joy if the man walked through my office right now. I would punch him, but I would be joyful to see that he was still with us.
I'm gonna roll a listening check to see if I believe you.
Listen would be you're physically listening. And this would probably be a psychology or psychoanalyze would be these skills.
I could roll psychoanalyze. I put way too much into that.
Oh, fuck yeah, you can roll that one if you like.
My dear friend is rather keen-eared and keen-eyed. I would be interested to see what he has to say about just...
I know I have a 60 in psychoanalyze.
Okay, well, in that case, roll. Okay, 38. Yeah, you pass. After listening carefully to what the man has said, you genuinely believe his heart is in the right place. You believe that he is missing his friend. You believe that he genuinely tried his hardest to find him. And you feel that he is frustrated with the position that he's currently in, having to deal with Lucas's brother.
I do believe that this man and what he's saying is the truth. He seems like he's a God-fearing man that does in fact seem like he does miss his old friend. I don't suspect any foul play, which makes this a bit more difficult trying to find out this whole will situation.
Tell me, while we understand this situation a little deeply, what was the relationship with this supposedly not so dear brother? Do you suspect there might be any...
Kristoff has been a jumped up little shit since the moment I met him.
Oh.
The Sullivans are money, but Kristoff is a blue-blooded little silver spoon up the arse kind of thing. Got what he wanted. Being a spoiled brat since he was able to say, I want that. His brother now was a bit more bohemian. He gave back to the community. He liked to travel. He invested in businesses all over. The individual who went missing with him, Simon, Lucas, put forward the money to start that man's business. It went under, but he supported him, even brought him back onto the company. His brother, on the other hand, well, I've never seen that man willingly give money to anything. He is a crook.
Oh, there is some very strong words that you were using there.
I've had to deal with this little shit for the last 20 years. I will happily tell this man to his face that I think he's a cunt.
Damn.
My petticoats are ruffled upon hearing that. I do wonder
Wearing
if...
petticoats?
It's a turn of phrase.
You're not?
If there is, in fact, something to this, would you see it in his capacity to cause harm to his own brother?
I wouldn't put it past him. I could see him scheming something, but usually he goes by lawyers. He would never do it himself.
Well, if he can hire a lawyer, could he hire someone a bit more unsavory?
He has never been linked to anything like that, but I wouldn't put it past him.
No, sir, just for your understanding, and I would like you to keep this from anybody, you in fact have another pair of investigators at the manor.
Oh, God help them.
God help them, why?
Because that prick's there. Meanwhile, at the Sullivan Manor, we have a private investigator with a surprisingly nervous photographer. The manor is just outside of Arkham. It is a beautiful, old, gothic building. They are stopped at the gate by security, though. What's your purpose visiting?
We're here for... We're here on...
I'm just gonna, speak up on behalf of my colleague here. We're actually here at the behest of, oh dear, hell, what's this?
It was Graham, I think.
Graham?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here at the behest of Graham. You see, I'm actually, a relatively famous journalist. We're here to write a piece on him in the upcoming paper as the new inheritor of the
You see the security guard look around and he goes, I wouldn't really use those words around here. Inheritance or any of that, because you see him almost like 1,000 yards there. Graham Sullivan isn't currently here. but the other Sullivans are.
Oh, well, that's perfectly fine. We were wanting to interview them for the piece regardless.
Really? He looks at you like kind of like, really? Now, Zai, because you said that, you're lying. So, I'm going to need you to, let's see, what should we do for, have you either fast talk, charm, or any skills that might be persuading?
Oh, I have persuade.
What's your skill in persuade?
50.
Roll.
49.
Okay. What paper are you with?
The Arkham Gazette.
Okay. He opens the gate and kind of waves you through it. You walk up this beautiful gravel path that seems to be salted, so the snow itself is melted on it. You get to the door. There is a footman who looks like be fucking freezing, by the way. Opens the door and lets you in. You enter into a lovely Arkham Manor. You do hear two people discussing things loudly, which you assume might be the other Sullivans. Now, just speaking on behalf of being the keeper or the DM, you might not want to run into them because you'll have to lie again a lot. So, on this side of the house, you do see that there are stairs that you could possibly head up.
And I just turned to my colleague and I was I'm sorry for overstepping there, my friend, but I think if we had told them our true purpose of being here, I don't think they would have let us in the front door.
I respect it. I think we should have discussed it beforehand.
Heat of the moment, my friend. Heat of the moment. But investigative purposes, that is your expertise, so I'll follow your lead here.
Dear God.
Okay, we can go up the stairs.
Okay.
Probably.
You quietly go up the stairs, once again hearing the ruckus of these two people. They're kind of just like discussing industry, but loudly. Industry! Basic bullshit billionaire shit. You make your way upstairs, and what you find, a master bedroom, a large study, and what appears to be a further stairs going up to the attic.
I think we should check the study. There's a good chance if he's got any documents that are just hidden in the house, they're either in there or his bedroom. They might be in a safe if he's got one. But even in the study, we could find some documents that might tell us if he's gone on some trip somewhere.
Swirl is investigating the study. Can I just post up at the door and kind of actively listen to see if anybody kind of comes our way?
Yes.
I would like to make an argument that as a journalist, I think my listening skills should be higher than 40, but that's okay.
Hold up. That's a decent score, you dick. Says David, editing later. Edit the part out by bullying Zai.
Editor's note for future David, edit that part back in.
Anyway.
Louder.
So, Marty is at the door, and our PI enters the room.
What's the sitch?
I'm loving that. You see the study is quite large. In the center of the room, there is a large desk. It seems it is expensive and it seems well worn and well used. This might be not Lucas's desk, it might have been his father's or his father's. It has been there for that long. Along the walls, there are many books and volumes. There are also some files. And on the desk, there seem to be some hold up documents.
I'll take a look at the documents.
Okay, the desk, and you unroll the documents, and they seem to be housing plans for a building. Or renovations for a building.
Are they dusty or?
Well, everything in here's a tiny bit dusty. This room hasn't been opened in about 4 years. You do see an address for it in North and Derelith County, which is quite far north.
Okay, so that's potentially worth checking out.
And you do see there's many notes on this. It looks like this was an ongoing project that Lucas may have been working on. Hey, Si, do a listen check, will you?
Sure thing, David.
What was your listen skill again?
40?
What did you roll?
Ooh, 35.
You do hear that there are people moving around downstairs,
Okay.
but you don't hear anyone at the bottom of the stairs. So back into the room with our PI. What else do you want to check?
What are those files?
There are several which are locked. As you get the one which is open, you do see that they're shipping manifests. But these are for 2 tons of grain going from Cambodia to France. That kind of thing. It's for it's work related. It's for the shipping company.
Do you have a lockpick?
Do you have lockpick as a skill?
I do. Well, I have locksmith as a skill. I assume that's what that is. Is that not?
Do you know what? Screw it. Let's use it as.
Okay.
So what is your locksmith?
60.
60? That's gonna be D100. 67. Basically, you get to the point where you're a bit out of practice. You know if you try any more, you're going to break the lock instead of actually opening it.
Okay.
Zai, can you give me a listen skill?
Another one?
Yes.
Fuck.
You literally posted out outside the door to do this very thing.
Okay, hold on. Wait a second. I'm clarifying. So when you roll a 0 on the 10 dice, 40 on the other dice, Is that 40 on the dot?
That's 40 on the dot. That's 40 on the dot. You pass. Here, there's some commotion downstairs. Someone has arrived. Voices are being raised. You can't really make out what's being said, but no one is coming up the stairs at this point.
Okay, is there anything else in the room of note?
There are many photos on the wall. Some of these are old. Like, I mean, pioneer black and white thump kind of photos, like with a flashbulb.
Like Dick Yarrow type.
Yeah, and you see a lot of fur trappers. You see what looks to be an old town surrounded by dense woodland. You do see what looks to be a house being built.
Oh, this fucker just passed off to Alaska.
Would I be able to tell if it like lines up with the plans that I found?
What is your intelligence? INT.
That's a great question. 60.
60? Do you know what? Shazai, give me not one, but 2 listening checks, because this is taking some time.
Well, it was only a matter of time. That one's an 85.
Zai, that was immediately fail. So Zai goes to listen, goes to poke his head at the door, and there's someone staring at him going, alright mate, what the fuck are you doing in my house? And you come face to face with Christoph Sullivan, the brother of the missing Lucas.
Like this.
Zai, you're gonna have to roll for this, right? This is either a persuade, a charm, or a fast talk. What is your best?
Best one's persuade.
Okay, first and foremost, role play it. Tell me, speak to this man, how you persuaded him, then roll.
Okay, so I just say, oh, Mr. Sullivan, I explained to your doorman at the front there, and he said to wait for you here in the study, that the paper wanted to write a piece on you in terms of your great plans for the what company does he run? The power of active listening.
Sullivan moving
The Sullivan Company?
Well, yeah, but it does a specific thing.
Sullivan Transport Company.
It's a
Sullivan Transport.
transportation and shit.
Wait, yeah. So we wanted to write a piece on you regarding the Sullivan Transportation Company and your future plans for it.
Now, as Cactus has asked the question, this is Christoph Sullivan, the brother of the missing Lucas, the uncle of the man you just met.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway, so roll your persuade.
I got 38.
Okay. Now here's the thing. Let's see what he gets. He believes you. He's like, you want to write a story about me and my boy? What do you want to ask?
Yes. Oh well, everybody's really interested. You know, the working folks wondering if there's going to be new jobs popping up and future expansion possibilities. And we just really want to, with the outcome is that we want to get our thumb on the pulse here.
Roll persuade again.
Okay. 27.
He got 86. He 100% believes you. Okay. He slaps you on the shoulder and he takes you downstairs. You are also introduced to Randall Sullivan, his son, the cousin of the man you met earlier, and you are now forced into a 2-hour-long interview with 2 men you didn't know you needed to meet.
I am back.
Fantastic. You hear Zai being dragged downstairs by this angry Scotsman, and you're not alone. I'm saying this now because it's going to give you enough time. You genuinely think the plans do kind of match the house that's being built in the photo.
Okay, probably right. I assume I'd write down the address, like a place we should check out potentially.
Hey, look, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You can steal it if you like.
I don't think we should involve ourselves in crime.
The only time I've ever heard anyone, anytime in a Call of Cthulhu game, going saying, I don't think we need crime.
Okay, but could we not just take a photo of these things?
No, because Zai's downstairs.
I have photography skill, but I don't explicitly have a camera.
Unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to take a photo of them. Yes, you can't note down of the address of the manor. Zai is asking a question. Zai, ask your question.
Could Swirl not kind of translate her skill in photography into like maybe transcribing some of the images quickly into like a sketch and some notes?
Not really, unless it's a specific skill for that. Actually, that's the point. Do you have anything in the arts? Art or craft?
That's a great question. No, I don't.
Okay, if you don't, there is a 5% skill base. Would you like me to roll for it, just in case?
Sure. You draw like a square and then like a triangle on top of the square, and you're like, yep, that's a house.
You rolled a 68.
Oh.
Okay. Basically, okay, wrote down the address. Like, I could draw some of this, and as soon as you put your pen to paper, your pen broke.
Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go like creep over to the master bedroom then.
Okay, since people do know there are people in the building now, but they don't know you're there, I am going to need a stealth check.
All right, I have a stealth of 40.
Okay, I can roll it for you again. Do you want the good news or bad news?
What's the bad news?
It's 87. Basically, you went to leave and you immediately walked into like a very precarious, like a table with a vase on it, and smashed already every single person in the house that you're there. Zai, mid-interview, you see both Christoph and Randall hear this, and you have like one shot here with a minus 20 to your persuade. If you want to try to lie and try to cover up the sound of a smashing vase.
If I want to try and cover it up, that sounds like it's pretty hard to cover up.
Yeah.
I was
I mean,
gonna
give a reason for it.
I was gonna do something totally different.
What were you going to do?
I was just gonna say, Great Scott, what was that?
Oh my fuck. Do you want to do that?
Jesus.
No. Zai, would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Sai, whose side are you on?
Oh my god.
So, Zai breaks out with the Great Scott. What was that? Both Christoph, Sullivan, the doorman, and security rush in, and they all enter the lobby, look upstairs to see a shocked private eye standing above a broken vase. Guess what? You're both thrown out of the building.
Yeah, that's
You
reasonable.
can like cover for your girl or anything.